Southern Titans. Leading off for shortstop, Jacob Golding. Second base, Preston Taylor. Catcher, Archie Golding. Third base, Brody Carr. Extra hitter, Corey Knott. First base, Jack Clark. Left fielder, Carter Beals. Centre fielder, Hayden Wyman. Right fielder, Archie Kennelly. Extra hitter, Kai Cook. Starting pitcher, Alex Joseph.
Welcome back to Baseball Plus, Game 2 of Day 1 of the Australian Little League Championship. We're going to have the Gold Coast side taking on the Southern Titans. It's a Queensland versus Western Australia battle. Both of these teams facing off for the first time this week. A beautiful sunny day here out of Blacktown. A 14-degree day, one off the expected high here at Blacktown. And if we're going to trust the radar, then it looks like it's going to be a pretty good week here of baseball. We've already got 3 games in the books. We'll recap them later. We have our umpire plate meeting. It's the same 3 that we had in the first game, just in different positions. We'll have Mark Stone calling balls and strikes, Brian Sullivan at first base, and Michael Bryan at third. It'll be the Gold Coast team to bat first. Their batting order will be Jackson Ham, Luku Masuda, and Christopher Hill. That will be followed by Jaden Zeng, Reef Bevan, and Isaac Foster. Lincoln Wood bats 7th, Deju Tabata 8th, Alex Stride is 9th, and then the bottom 3 of Yang Ming Wong, Jack Railsback, and Luke Jenkins will round out the Gold Coast batting lineup. And of course, at Little League, we play right through the roster. Everyone gets in the starting lineup, and it's a very nice day here for baseball. The starting pitcher, Alex Joseph, just warming up. Just saw Manly overcome the Melbourne Twins 5-3. The Twins scored first in that game, then Manly rallied for 4 in the 4th. Out on the back diamond, we had our first big result, our first Mercy Rule win. It was 11-0 Brisbane North over the Melbourne Rangers, but that was a 4-inning perfect game. Paxton Black twirling 3 2/3 of perfect baseball. And then in the other game, it was Ryde who ran away with it late against MacArthur, 13-1. Joining me in the booth for this game will be Grady Roberts. Grady, good morning and welcome to Blacktown.
Thank you, Luke. It is always a pleasure to be in the booth with you and on a nice sunny day watching any amount of baseball. One thing I'm going to suggest you take note of before this game starts, you go back to their respective state titles. The Titans really won through on their defense and pitching. Whereas, let's be honest, the Gold Coast, they got through with the sticks.
Yeah, battled their way through the qualifiers, 3-2 in the group stage. But they outscored their opponents 37-16. The defense alignment for the Southern Titans team, Archie Kennelly is in right. You might know that surname. Aidan Wyman in centre field. Carter Beals in left. We're about to get underway. At third base is Brody Carr. Jacob Golding at short. We'll hear more about Golding later as well. Outside corner fired in by the starting pitcher, Alex Joseph. Preston Taylor at second. At first is Jack Clark, and the catcher is Archie Golding. Outside corner, taken for ball 1. Jackson Ham leading off for the Cougars. That one ripped, but on the netting. The Golding name, pretty big in Western Australian junior baseball. There's the Twins here. Their older brother in Lenny Golding won the under-16
It's always good to see. It's always good to see another strong baseball family joining the fold. Going on with the Iredales, the Dormers of the more Sydney-based families.
Yeah, well, you talk about strong family bloodlines in Western Australia. We have Archie Kennelly.
Yes, another strong bloodline.
A famous name. Kennelly name living on. That one ripped into right field. Tough play in the sunlight. That's going to get over the glove of the right fielder, who is Archie Kennelly out there. And it's going to be a triple there for Luku Masuda. And this Gold Coast side, they scored plenty of runs in their state championships, and they're on the board early here. Titans, as Grady mentioned, got through their state tournament on the back of their pitching and defence. They won a lot of games by 1 or 2 runs. They had a 7-inning 1-0 win in the semi-final, and only gave up 12 runs in all 6 state championship games. They did go down to the Eastern Phantoms 1-0 in the final. Check swing, roller up the third baseline. Christopher Hill, the hitter, here for the Gold Coast, looking to cash in that extra run. See him with the armband on there. You'll see him behind the dish. And the Cougars come out in the bottom half of this first inning. Battling here. The Southern Titans made up from teams across the Perth metropolitan area. That one ripped up the line, but foul.
The one thing that has fascinated me, and you can see it here with Alex Joseph on the bump right now, just how big and tall some of these kids are getting. Now, I'm not too far removed from my Little League days, believe it or not, but I don't think we were that tall. I don't think we were that wide. These kids are becoming another breed.
Yeah, certainly some 12 kids at 11 and 12-year-old. I mean, you can probably pick the 11-year-olds from the 12-year-olds, especially some of the older 12-year-olds. That one ripped right field. That's going to be extra bases off the bat of Christopher Hill. He's got ideas on 180 feet. He heads over to 30, maybe want more, but the stop sign's gone up. And it's a RBI triple for Christopher Hill, and he doubles the Gold Coast lead early in this one. Just going inside out, taking that ball the opposite way, and that's 2 big rips to the right side, which is what you love to see at any level of baseball, let alone at this 11 and 12-year-old age. Saw a couple of really tall kids in the first game on both sides, both for Manly and for the Melbourne Twins. So much so that he gave one kid the nickname Two-Story Tyson.
Two-Story Tyson?
Well, his last name was Story.
Ah.
And he was tall, so he's got Two-Story Tyson.
Always good when the nicknames come naturally.
Well, that's it. And You got 2 metre Peter and tall Paul in BBL and AFL.
Yep.
That one bounces. For a ball and a strike. The Southern Titans, they've got some Byford Bushrangers, some Braves, a couple of Cardinia Red Sox in their side. That one top of the zone, taken for a ball. And look at the makeup of the Gold Coast side. It's very well represented by the Mudgee Bar Red Sox, a couple of Coomera Cubs, and some Surfers Paradise thrown in to the mix. Three and one. Jaden Jeng. That one top, he'll draw the walk. So, productive start here for the Gold Coast. Their first 4 hitters have reached base. This is the Gold Coast side who we saw a lot of kids last year in the Division 2. They were one of the favourites for the tournament. It's their first of 2 games today. They'll take on Manly, who we saw earlier here on Baseball Plus. Manly sitting in the grandstand, doing a little bit of scouting for their 1:45 match-up this afternoon on Diamond 4.
It is one of the things I do enjoy almost the most about tournament baseball, is everyone just gets to the same spot at the same time, and you can't really hide anything. What you've got is what you got.
That one ripped up the line, but that's going to go foul. And everyone playing in close proximity to each other. There's plenty of time and opportunity to check out the opposition, get a bit of a read. I mean, pretty much everything's scored on Game Changer this day, so you can always have the stats. But until you actually see some of the plays in action, that's a swing at the top of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You just don't really know what a team has until you see them in action. You do all the planning and hypothesising you want until you actually get out there and do it. That one, smallest hit of the morning so far, and the only play was going to be to first. The third baseman was Brody Carr. Didn't quite pick it up cleanly enough to try and go after Christopher Hill. And that's going to bring out our first visit out of the pen from manager Nathan Davis. He's going to come out, just chat to his pitcher. He's going through a bit of a challenge here. Maybe just calm him down a little bit. Get his mind back on the game. Discuss what they would have spoken about in the weeks leading up to this tournament. Pitch count at 23. Still without an out, which is the troubling part here for the Titans.
For such a defense-oriented team, allowing 3 runs, not to evaporate early, but to just get created early against you, it's really going to hurt you later in the game.
Yep. Sometimes when you're in those tight battles, it can just be the moment. And it's a long way to come to play baseball. That one bunted perfectly. We saw one earlier. We've got a bit of a rundown here over at third, but the runner in Zheng gets back to the base, head first into the bag. Don't get the out at first, but Cougars have loaded the bases and still nobody out. Isaac Foster swings and misses at that first offering. Joseph gets ahead in this count. Trying to find it out any way he can get one. Saw Manly early, happy to give up an out here and there. So I give up a run rather for an out. Steps on the base at second. The throw too high. He's going to get away. 2 runs will score on the play. It's a fielder's choice by Jacob Golding. And then the tough off-balance throw. He was running towards right field, tried to contort his body to make the throw over to first. It would have been pretty special. You see him here on the replay, went down, got it, and then was running through the bag, spun the body around, and just a little bit high and offline. So 2 more runs come in to score. It'll be a fielder's choice and then a throwing error, which will allow Isaac Foster to move up to third. And now bring us the lefty in Lincoln Wood.
It was an almost Jeter-esque play. Going across your body against the grain. Going to have to contort yourself at odd angles, and the fact that he almost pulled it off is almost a credit in and of itself.
The fact that he attempted it, I think, is where you throw the first part of that credit. And if he pulls it off, then that's an absolute special play and the big play that his team needed in the situation. It's not Lincoln Wood, it's Daiju Tabata. From the left side, back up the middle, second chance, no, he can't get there this time. Coming in is the centre fielder, Aidan Wyman, fires it back into the infield, keeps Tabata to 1. But Lincoln Wood comes around to score on the hard ground ball back up the middle by Daiju Tabata, and Southern Titans are in a world of pain here in the first. See Golding encouraging his centre fielder to get the ball back in nice and quickly. "6-0 here in the first. We saw a 15 strikeout pitchers duel through the first 3 innings of our first game here on Baseball Plus on Diamond 1. This one, the complete opposite. It's a run fest.
The absolute antithesis of a pitching duel.
But it's what you like to see. Both games, both starts have been just as exciting. Plenty of hits in this one. An almost impossible double play turn. The first game, well, that was just pure arms going toe-to-toe.
Well, we're almost getting to the point with Gold Coast where you might start to relax once you do get out in the field. You've been hitting for a considerable amount of time. You've got a quite sizable lead.
That one ripped into left field. Going to get down for another base hit. It's their 7th hit of the inning. And you're right. You can get out to such a big lead that you forget to go out and
play the game.
Do the defensive side of things. This is a 6-inning game. A game that, has to go at least 4 innings. But the Titans will want to take it to 6. And if they can get it to 6, they could well and truly be in with a chance. But first, they need to find another couple of outs, because in Little League, there's no run rule per inning. It's 3 outs. And with 15 after 3, 10 after 4, mercy rule in play. And you don't want to be talking about that in the first inning, but for those at home who are tuning in for maybe the first time, might be friends or family of the players that are out here, don't know the ins and outs of the Little League, we'll bring you all the little rules that come into play in tournament baseball at the 11 and 12-year-old age. That one in the dirt. 37 pitches now for the starter in Alex Joseph. Going to work his way out of this. Yang Ming Wong, the 12th hitter on this Gold Coast lineup. That one gets away and allow. And that's going to be an excellent recovery by the catcher, Archie Golding. We spoke about the pedigree and the Golding family. He gets the rebound off the back net, fires a strike over to Brody Carr. And he applies the tag. See the ball get over the top. The room service bounce. Lobsters and prawns, please. The tag. And they find the second out.
You never have it easy as a catcher. It's one of the things you have to do, is getting in the trenches and doing the hard work. And, well, let's just say that Archie made chicken salad out of...
We've gone from
lobsters and prawns to chicken salad.
Come on. That one fouled off.
Can you tell we've got lunch on the mind?
I am a bit peckish. Had breakfast at 7:30 on the drive-in this morning. 6 runs on 7 hits so far for the Cougars. Alex Stride is the runner at second. Trying to find his way home. Top of the zone. But as we mentioned, Gold Coast, they've got to come out and do the opposite to what the Titans have done here. And take command of this game. And also becomes a question of double-header day is, with such a lead early, you don't want to relax too soon. You've still got to use your arms to get through this game. But in the back of the coach's mind, they'll be thinking, well, okay, well, who might we be able to save out of our pitching plan? Every team's going to have a pitching plan coming into day one. For the Titans, it's going to be in a bit of trouble now. For the Cougars, it could be in a better place leading into the second game of their doubleheader this afternoon and the rest of this tournament.
You're obviously hoping that your day one starter, your ace, is usually how you would play that in tournament baseball. Can usually go out there, throw you a couple innings, and keep you competitive. You're almost at the point where, yes, he's given up a couple runs. Yes, he's thrown a couple pitches. Just going to leave him out there, let him get all of his jitters out. It's the Little League national title. There's going to be some yips somewhere along the way.
You never know. You can find the third out here. It's going to be on the hand, off the arm, in fact. So hit by a pitch. Labour through 40-odd pitches here, come out and throw 10 pitches in the next inning and get right back on track.
Exactly.
In the second inning, it means he's probably going to have to throw him through to maybe 65 just to save an arm. The manager's going to come out. It looks like maybe asking the question. No, he's just going to come out and have a chat. Oh, no, that's going to be it. It's the second visit of the inning. Did come out earlier, so a tough day here for Alex Joseph. It's going to come to an early end. He's managed to find 2 of the 3 outs he needed. Just as we were talking about trying to save pitches. Alex Joseph's start is going to be finished early here. It'll be Jack Clark to take over. It's going to be a 1-3, 3-1 change for those scoring at home. We'll pause for the pitching change and come back with the rest of this top of the first. Jack Clark, the man in charge of getting this inning over. Starts with ball 1. It's going to be Luke Masuda, 2-hole hitter, so the 14th hitter to come to the plate here in the first. You know what? I feel Alex Joseph's pain. I once did a state championship tournament as a coach. First ever year of Little League, in fact. We lost 18-0 and 19-0 on the first day. Now tournament was over on Good Friday. Swing and a miss. Fouled that one off. That was when it was double elimination. No consolation games. Once you were done, you were out of there.
Pack up, hit the road early.
That's it.
Sleep in your own bed on Easter Saturday.
Oh no, the rest of the family and everyone else was off camping.
They didn't even come and support.
I'm not going to go support the coach, right? 3-1. 3-2, in fact. Jack Clark trying to finish it off. Another very tall 12-year-old on the mound. Ripped right field, popped it up. It's going to get over the head of Joseph. 2 more runs will score. The throw home, though. Great throw! Alex Joseph gets one back. Great throw from shallow right field from the first baseman. He comes off, gets the high five from the former first baseman. And the inning, the nightmare inning for the Southern Titans, comes to an end. The Gold Coast put on 7. They're out to an early lead. We'll come back shortly at the bottom of the first.
Just going to run you through the Southern Titans batting lineup while we've got a moment. We've got Jacob Golding in the leadoff spot, Preston Taylor, Archie Golding and Brody Carr rounding out the top 4. Cody Knott, Jack Clark, Carter Beals, Aidan Wyman and Archie Kennelly rounding out the 9. But again, as it is Little League, we are allowed some more spots in the lineup. So we've got Kai Cook, Alex Joseph and Xavier Clampett rounding out the 12. Defensively for the Gold Coast, just making sure we've got everyone in their right spots. Alex Strider in left, Isaac Foster in centre, and Daisu Tabata rounding out right field. Around the infield, Lincoln Wood at the hot corner, Reef Bevan at short, Jackson Ham at second, and Jaden Zhang at first. On the bump is Luka Masuda, and behind the dish is Christopher Hill.
Called strike. 1-2 very quickly. You know, the lead off in Jacob Golding. It was almost a web gem he pulled off. To the right side. Nicely scooped by Jackson Ham. He flips it over to first for the first out of the inning. Touched on in the top half of the first. It's all well and good to put up a bunch of runs in the top half of an inning early in a game. It shows the steel of the team to then go out and play strong defense against a team that really relied on close games. They're going to have to get their work going here in the bottom of the first so they can. They don't need 1 or 2 runs every inning, and then rely on that big inning late, or get the big inning early, and rely on late runs to scrape them home. Top of the zone, 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Preston Taylor, but it looks like Luke Masuda has come out ready to play. That one again to the right side, this time off the glove of Masuda. If he had to let it go, I'm pretty sure Jackson Ham was all over it. So an error will be charged to Luke Masuda. That'll give the Titans a little bit of confidence with one out here at the bottom of the first.
Like you said a minute ago, with tournament baseball, getting a good lead early and trying to coast on it doesn't always help. Go back to AYC earlier this year, the under-16s bracket. The hitman Owen Hart getting the walk-off over Queensland in one of the greatest upsets in AYC history.
I think New South Wales country being New South Wales and an under-18 decider one year was probably the biggest upset. But
yeah, no, that's reasonable. I'll cop that.
One of the greatest ever AYC meltdowns I've seen in my time. Archie Golding has fouled off a ball, a couple of balls. He's behind 0-2. Big swing on that one. Masuda has second out of the inning. Could have been the third out, but we'll have to try and find 4 outs here.
It is a damn shame we don't have a radar gun on these kids because these balls are coming in hard, people.
You saw Ben Beasley for Manly, Jackson Waters, and Billy Hooker for the Melbourne Twins. Those boys were throwing the ball hard too. And they combined for some 18 strikeouts. 2 starting pitchers, just 15 between them. Top of the zone. To Brody Carr. Preston Taylor the runner at second for the Titans. That one up and away again. Gets the lead. One thing we haven't seen so far through the first 6 2/3 innings is a stolen base. Didn't have a lot of opportunity in the first game with not many base runners early at least. And that's Carr down on strikes. So the Cougars come out and they put up a 0. It's 7-0 as we head to the second. Jackson Ham pops it up. And the ball gets away from Jacob Golding. He's done all the hard work to get out there, and that sun just makes it a little bit tricky. It's right on top of us here at Blacktown. Thumbs up. Saying, sorry, guys. I'll get the next one. You already almost pulled off. Might have been the play of the tournament. Just the second time slot of the week. That one ripped up the line. That's gone to go foul. Ball's out of our shot quickly, so my eyes are straight on the home plate umpire. Nice strong call of foul. Everyone was looking at it, holding their breath. See what Luke Masuda had done. That one right side, through the hole. Easy day out in right field for Archie Kennelly. First two hitters are aboard here for the Gold Coast. They did it in the top of the first. They're doing it here in the second.
We've already had a handful of kids reach the outfield wall. The one thing I'm going to keep an eye on this week is, will anybody be able to clear?
That one to Golding. He's going to go to third. Fielder's choice. Can't be held on to. Brody Kahn just couldn't get the ball in his glove. He was still trying to find the bag. Maybe taken a little bit by surprise. But nice work there by Golding. Good baseball IQ to get that lead runner on a ball. Hit to his right-hand side. It was hit hard to him, so he had plenty of time. The bases are loaded on just 4 pitches here in the top of the second. Sorry, mate, what you were going to count?
Yes, one thing I'm keeping my eye on this week is we've had a couple absolute line shots. Speaking of line shots, all the way to the outfield fence. Will anybody be able to clear the fences?
We usually have a couple each tournament. We almost had it inside the Parker in the first game.
Oh, Little League home run. Love to see it.
Yeah, an actual Little League home run. So if they hit it over the fence, is that still a Little League home run too? Because it's a home run hit in Little League.
Yeah, well, it's a Little Leaguer hitting a big league home run. So would you call that Middle League?
Middle League home run. One and two. Here to Christopher Hill. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes, but nowhere to go. Nobody out means he's out, and he's out number one. So Titans, good little start here. They do have the bases loaded behind them, but they have been able to find it out before giving a run. So tick that win. Tick that little box in the win column. And take all the little wins you can get in this situation. Back to the pitcher. His play should have been home to cut off the run, but he turns over to third instead, and this time Brody Carr is right there waiting for it. Maybe a lack of communication. They gave up the run to get the out. They're going to change the catch of the Gold Coast. Christopher Hill will come back in for a courtesy runner. Sometimes it doesn't matter where you get them, so long as you get them, and that's an important second out for this Southern Titans team. Reef Bevan now. Jaden Zeng, who grounded out into the fielder's choice. RBI ground out. RBI fielder's choice, rather. 1-1. Here to Reef Bevan, hitting from the left side. Top of the zone. Bevan can't stay with it. Not happy with his offering there. Single, drove in a run and scored an inning ago. Popped up. That's going to get over the infield and drop in front of the centre fielder who comes in. He's going to throw it home, but it won't be in time. And Luke Masuda comes in to score. The 9th run of the game for the Titans. They just keep putting the ball in play. Does this Gold Coast team. Extend their advantage bit by bit. Check swing. Little roller. And he makes the nice play over to first. Good work by Jack Clark. He gets 3 outs. Gold Coast scrape across 2. It's 9-0. We head to the home half of the second inning.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best. Good job. Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get the bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon.
Little League on 3. 1, 2, 3. Little League. All right, girls, let's go get him. Come on.
Things moving very quickly here in Little League. It's a quick 8-0 lead here by the Gold Coast Cougars. Jaden Zeng back out onto the mound. In fact, sorry, it's Luke Masuda back out onto the mound. He's got Cody Knight, Jack Clark, and Carter Beals. First 3 for the Titans. We won't have a perfect game here. So do have had the walk. The no-hitter is in existence, and given where the score is, it's likely that this game could finish early, as much as we don't want to say that too early. Cougars look like they're in total control behind strong batting and Luke Masuda, who's absolutely pounding the zone. Called strike out of Jack Clark. Came on to finish the first and worked his way through the second with a lot less pain for his team. They trail 9-0. Fouls that one off. Top of the zone. Nicely taken by Clark. Excuse me. That one will hit him in the foot. Or in the arm. Or maybe that's just the signal for hit by pitch. Either way, Jack Clark will take his place up at first. And another base runner for the Titans. See what they can do with Carter Beals coming up to bat. In the dirt. That's just good by Chris Hill behind the dish.
We've been talking about how big the 12-year-olds are, but Carter Beals currently in the box, 10 years old. Full credit to be able to play at a national level, with guys that are 2 years older than you at this age. It's really impressive.
Lays off that one, gets away from Chris Hill. Far enough away for Jack Clark to move up an extra 60 feet. He's going to test the arm of Hill, and he does well. Great job. Chris Hill was playing a little bit of Mickey Mouse over there, pretending to have the ball under control, but he hadn't actually picked it up. Jack Clark was like, all right, I see your aces. I'll play with my twos. And he gets up to third base. He goes up. It'll be a pass ball. And I guess you could say a stolen base. As Carter Beals walks. Now runners on the corners with one out here for the Titans. And they're looking to break through for their first run of the ball game.
Just from a confidence standpoint, any amount of runs on the board, any crooked number that you can fire here is going to help you greatly the longer the week goes on.
Hayden Wyman. Behind here though, 0-2. It's a job to do, just needs to maybe shorten up, try and pull one into that right field corner where there isn't a fielder for days. That one down and in, it seems to be a spot for Masuda to try and hit. Misses it there. 1-2 the count. Masuda kicks, delivers, outside corner. Leaving the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runners on, bottom of the second. That one ripped in the center field, but straight at. Isaac Foster out there. And Jack Clark was halfway down the line thinking it was going to be a base hit. So he couldn't tag and score. I just stopped short of saying that a sacrifice fly could lead to the first run when I noticed how shallow the outfielders were. Jack Clark maybe missing an opportunity there. Nice rip off the bat of Hayden Wyman. Maybe that's the bit of confidence that the Titans can take away. Called strike there on the check swing. 0-2. Luke Masuda trying to strand a couple of runners. Bottom of the zone. Already had a couple of very strong pitching performances. Ben Beasley, Jackson Waters, and Braxton Black, all very dominating, all very dominant in their starts to this tournament. That one's going to be another hit by pitch, so a walk and a pair of hit batters. It's going to load the bases for the Titans. Clyde Cook with a chance to get his team on the board. Late swing, punches it foul. Check swing. Luckily for Cook, it goes foul again. He's now in the hole, 0-2. Can he punch someone into a gap? Breaking pitch, gets in, makes him scurry away, and the Titans have their first run despite not having a hit in the column. But nonetheless, they're on the board, which is the biggest positive that they'll take away through 2 innings of baseball here. And maybe just give themselves a little bit of hope to try and push this game to the full 6 innings. Outside corner, Masuda gets his man, and the side is retired. But the Titans, they're on the board. They trail though 9-1 as we head to the third. Carve Eyewear back on board for the Australian Little League Championship Series. They are the performance eyewear sunglass of choice for the Australian baseball community. Carve sunglasses are engineered with advanced UV protection, ensuring maximum defense against harmful rays during long hours on the field. Carve delivers exceptional value, making top-tier performance sunglasses accessible to all baseballers. You can elevate your game your own way with Carve Eyewear, where innovation meets affordability. You can visit carve.com.au to view the entire product range, and make sure you check the Baseball Australia social media pages across the tournament, as each team will have a Carve Eyewear performer of the day. And I dare say that those three aforementioned pitchers, and Ben Beasley with 10 strikeouts, Jaden Waters, who was really good through 3 2/3, and Braxton Black, who was perfect through 3 2/3, could be receiving a pair of Carve Eyewear. Carve Eyewear Performance. Top of the third. Jack Clark's back out. Trying to look for 3 quick outs here. 9-1 his team trail. Gold Coast might have more runs. A bit of an early mark on their minds. So Deju Tabata shows bunt. Pulls it back as the ball is away from the zone. Good high. Only a small zone here for Tabata, so Clark has to work hard to bring that ball down. But with that though, you're running the risk of throwing it right down the middle, right where he wants to be able to hit it. This is on the outside corner. It's a 4-pitch walk to start the at-bat, to start the inning.
As you mentioned a minute ago about the Gold Coast Cougars trying to get an early mark for lunch, it is the run rule here is there's no limit to how many runs you can score in the inning. But if you're leading by 15 after 3 or 10 after the 4th at any point, then it is the mercy rule.
That's it. So Gold Coast need at least 2 runs either here or in the next inning to finish it through 4. If they get piled on with 7 spot and get 3 outs, and that'll be enough for it.
And if you're a sicko like me, if you're the Gold Coast, you start looking at it less as, hey, we got an 8-run bump, we'll be all right. You start going, hey, we're down by 3. We want to get out of here early. We want to hit the showers and go grab lobster and prawns. We're down by 3. We've got to score some runs here, gentlemen.
No, mate, we're going home with your chicken sandwiches. That one gets away and will allow Daiju Tabata to move up. Jack Clark, on the other hand, is saying, no, I'm going to keep you guys out here for the full 6 innings. We're even going to try and mount a comeback once you go to your bullpen. It's the mind games of tournament baseball. That one in the inside corner. Clark liked it. Only played umpire didn't. Count now 2-2. That one's better. That looked better, and Jack Clark's happy. He's done a really good job of coming out here and commanding the zone. Strikes out Alex Stride. And he's going to face Yang Ming Wong. Outside corner. Most of these teams arriving yesterday had a little bit of time to get a captain's run in, you could say. Get a feel for the conditions. Check into their accommodations around the greater Blacktown and Rudy Hill area. We'll be checking into mine later this afternoon. Same with a 90-minute drive every morning. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Here on Wong. Runner in Tabata, standing at second. Hoping someone can knock him in. And Clark says, not today. Won't be Wong with the opportunity. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Clark. He tied 4 of the last 5. He's going to be determined here to get rid of Jack Railsback. Swing and a miss. Railsback worked out really quickly that wasn't the pitch for him. Clark's 1 strike away from putting in 2 1/3 innings. Tough work against a hot Gold Coast batting lineup. That one just missing away.
I think I've picked a player comp for young Clark.
Here we go.
Noah Syndergaard.
As soon as you said player comp, that's the first name that popped to my head. Bottom of the zone, strike 3. Clark works the side in order, striking out the 2nd, 3rd and 4th hitters after walking the leadoff. And he keeps it a 9-1 ball game. Can the Titans close this margin when they come back in the bottom of the 3rd? Do you like what you're watching? Well, why don't you play? Whether you are 7, 76, played for 40, or haven't even picked up a glove or a bat, the Australian baseball community welcomes you and it wants you. Head to baseball.com.au, click on the club finder and find a baseball club near you. Strike 1 fired in to get us underway here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's the pitcher in Alex Joseph batting down at the 11 position in the order. He's got the Aaron Judge 99 on his back.
Wild Thing. Ricky Vaughan.
Hey, 99 on the mound, 99 in the box. That one down and in. See if he can hit one like Judge. And one on the inside corner. Strikes him out. The Aaron Judge comp not quite there, but maybe one day.
Well,
First out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
three true outcomes hitter. Walks, hits, and walks, home runs, and strikeouts. Aaron Judge.
dirt for ball one. It's Xavier Clampett. I don't know if he's a member of the family. Final batter of this Southern Titans lineup. In contrast, the Cougars almost finished their second trip. Titans just closing out their first. That one down and in. 2-1. One thing that the Titans have done, it's been good pitch recognition. Haven't swung at bad pitching. They've been able to lay off balls that are no good. Problem for them, they have taken a few too many strikes that maybe they should be thinking about swinging at. 2-1. 3-1 in fact. And there's ball four. They say don't walk the 9-hole. Don't walk the 12-hole either. It's the fourth walk drawn by the Titans. So despite trailing 9-1, they have had a runner on every inning so far. And that looks like it is it for Luke Masuda. He will make way. We'll have a pitching change. It'll be Jackson Ham to take over. So we'll pause for the pitching change and come back in a moment. We go back to the top of the order for the Titans. It's their shortstop, Jacob Golding. Straight away, he jumps on the first pitch. And he goes as far as the shortstop, Reef Bevan. He will ground out. It moves the runner, Xavier Clampett, up to second. It works for some, not so much for others, hacking on the first pitch. Me, personally, I'm not a fan of it, but they do say it's the best pitch. That one right side. Not a bad work by Jackson Ham off the bench, onto the mound, out of the pen. 2 pitches, 2 outs. And he strands that lead-off walk. And the Cougars head back to the dugout. They're going to get their bats. They need 2 runs for an early mark. Titans, well, they're going to come out and play some defense and keep this game going as far as they can when we come back in the fourth. Back out here for the fourth, and Jack Clark climbs the ladder and he gets a swing. And Luke Jenkins hacks at that one and fouls the second pitch off, so he's behind 0-2. I mentioned before that Gold Coast were already third time through the lineup. Well, this is their final batter of their second time through. It was the Queensland lineup sheet only went to 10 on their list, so I didn't see the two names that were listed down on the bench area of their lineup. So 1 and 2. Luke Jenkins. Can't catch that one, but the catcher did. Archie Golding holds on, and that's 4 straight strikeouts now for Jack Clark. Trying to send this game into a 5th and 6th inning. He's done a good job of it. Now we go back to the top of the order for the third time with Jackson Ham. Bunts it up the third baseline. Tough play for anyone. When the diamond's only 60 feet, if you can put it in the right spot, you're going to get a board. I think that's the third bunt we've seen. The third successful bunt already here in a game and a half. Jackson Ham came off the bench, out of the pen, onto the mound, and got 2 ground balls on 2 pitches to finish off the third. Now he's the first base runner here in the top of the 4th with 1 out. And Luke Masuda gets away and hustles up to second. And again, we've got the lobster and prawn bounce, but this time the throw gets past the fielders. It was Golding trying to hit Golding, catch it to shortstop. Ball got away into centre field. You see the throw actually wasn't Golding. The ball kick off the base then. It was the second baseman, Preston Taylor, trying to get that. I think the ball kicks off the base and got into centre field, which allowed Jackson Ham to go up to third. Maybe a pass ball and maybe a throwing error. Oh, it's a wild pitch, in fact.
It'll sound awkward for me to say, but it makes sense if you bear with me. You've got the tying run at home, and the go-ahead run on deck. If you're looking for that early mark.
That's it. That would be the Titans, Cougars rather, thought process right now. They've got another game at 1:30, so they can take as much rest as they can get. They'll have a bit of extra time to eat their lunch. That one ripped down the left field line, but how to play. Great shots by our team at Space Quake. Covering all games here at the 2025 Australian Little League Championship.
I want to talk about getting an early marker. Is it down on field 2? We've got Ride Red playing against the Northern Territory Buffaloes, and I'm just going to tell you folks, don't bother changing the channel. It's a 15-0 lead for Ride over the Northern Territory in the top of the third. Ride are batting, none out, runners on first and second. I do think they're getting the early mark there, unfortunately.
Fortunate for the Buffaloes. That one popped up on the infield. Back for it, Jacob Golding. And he can't make it again. Having troubles getting those high fly balls. He's ranging back. He's drifted a little bit too much there. He needed to get out there a little bit quicker and camp underneath it rather than drift out. And the benefit of getting out there and camping underneath it is then you might have an opportunity to then throw out the runner who's trying to advance home, which is what Jackson Ham did. That inverted commas tying run Comes across the plate to make it a 9-run deficit. And some nice hustle by Luka Masuda. That one popped up, right side. Falls in front of the right fielder. And Carter Beals. He can't make the catch. Luka Masuda had to make sure that that ball fell before he advanced. Carter Beals thought he might have had it. He said a hat fly off. Put the hand up in the air to protect his eyes from the sun, but the ball just died a little bit quicker than what he was hoping it would. That one popped over the head of Alex Joseph at first and into right field for Beals. That scores Masuda and Christopher Hill. And now we are in early mark territory. Don't like to call it too soon, but it's been threatening since the first inning. Jack Clark has done his darndest to keep this game going for his team. That one popped up. Clark underneath it. Golding coming in. Clark makes the catch. That's the second out. Here on the top of the fourth. Jaden Zheng popping out on the infield. Nice work on the pitcher, Clark. Pitchers are fielders too. Swing and a miss on Reef Bevan. 12-1 the score. Titans need 2 in the bottom to keep this game going. Shows bunt. Pulls it away, but it gets away from Archie Golding. One. 55 pitches now for Jack Clark. Inside corner. Nice location by Clark. And he's done it the whole time he's been out there. Just pounding the zone. A little bit too high that time. Count now even at 2-2. Foster just looks around. Top of the zone. Foster goes down on strikes. He's got a handful, does Jack Clark. He's come out here. He's done his best. But Gold Coast are in pole position. They need just 3 outs to put this game in the books and record their first win of the tournament. Come back with the bottom of the fourth in a moment. Three, 4, 5 for the Southern Titans, the West Australian runners-up, facing off against the Gold Coast Cougars, who are runners-up in the Queensland State Championship. Archie Golding, the catcher for the Titans. That one fouled off. Twins, but not identical. That makes it easy, especially when we had the triplets last year. You don't know who's
the Dobbs.
who. Would not know who was who in the zoo there.
However fascinating the Dobbs were to watch, it was hard to tell them apart at times. When you've got one pitching, one catching, and the other one making the final play out in right field.
I had to make sure I was all over my line-up card on that one. 12-1 the score here, bottom of the fourth. Second game. You're on Baseball Plus, day one of the 2025 Australian Little League Championship. Swing and a miss. Misses on that one. Jackson Hand back out on the mound. Got 2 outs on 2 pitches. Now has a full count. Here to Golding. Third base line, a couple of tricky bounces, and it just bounces foul. Lincoln Wood in 2 minds whether to come forward for it or sit back for it. He ended up doing the latter. And to his benefit, it went foul. So another chance for Golding. Down and away, draws the walk. So every inning, the Titans have had a base runner on.
Gives the Titans something to hang their hat on going forward into the tournament. You're a defense-oriented team. Don't expect to come out and hit, but if you can get on and at least do something productive.
They have been no hit though, so they'd love to get a hit in this final inning. Or if they do get a hit, maybe they get a couple, and it's not the final inning.
Problem is with hot bats is they come in bunches. You're very rarely going to get one guy go out there and take all the credit. Especially in a situation like this, once one gets going, the rest are soon to follow.
So the word right out of my mouth, sometimes one can bring 2 or 3. Popped up, right side. Nice work by Reef Bevan, who has swapped spots with Christopher Hill. 6-2, 2-6 on the defensive change. It's hard to keep up at Little League. They changes so often. So 1 away. Here for Cody Knott, top of the zone, taken for a ball.
It'd be tough if you were trying to score the game yourself at home. It'd look less like a lineup card, more like a colouring book.
Archie Golding, I was about to say, he's itching over there at first to advance an extra 60 feet, and the wild pitch from Jackson Hand allows him to do that. Now in scoring position. Took a feather off the bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Archie Golding is what we're going to call the tying run. Cody Knott is the go-ahead run for the Titans to keep this game going. For to use your analogy from an inning ago.
The baseball maths makes sense, Luke. You can't argue against it.
Popped up, right side. In for it. First baseman. Jaden Zeng makes easy work of that one. 2 away. Probably the Southern Titans carve performer of the day is now at the plate in the form of Jack Clark. He's 12, 3 1/3. That one under the glove gets past, and that's going to finally see Archie Golding come around to score. He's happy. Slides into home, gets a bit of dirt on the pants. And I think that only solidifies Jack Clark's case for the Southern Titans carve performer of the day. 3 1/3 innings pitched. That is the first hit for the Titans.
Oh, breaking
this
up the
afternoon.
no-hitter in the last.
Even more reason he should receive that pair of Carve Performance eyewear. Strike one into the short but strong Carter Beals. That one a little bit high. One ball, one strike.
I'm going to get this out of my head before anything else gets said. You've mentioned the Three Musketeers, and now I just can't stop thinking of the Steve Martin movie. Ground ball back, and that should end the ball game. Jackson Hand taking the final play as a PFP, and
That does end things here in the fourth. It's a comprehensive 12-2 victory by the Gold Coast Cougars, defeating the Southern Titans. The Titans, they get 2 runs, but they get a hit. No-hitter here on Diamond 1. We had the perfect game earlier to start the tournament, but the guile of Jack Clark came out 3 2/3, slowed things down, called off the Cougars' bats, and picked up the only hit of the Titans. But a great job by the Cougars to come out swinging in the first. They scored 7 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 more in the fourth for good measure. 12 runs on 15 hits. The Titans 1 run in the second and the fourth. And this tournament will start with a loss. The Queensland runners-up, the Cougars, they start their tournament with a win. We will see the Cougars in action on Diamond 4. You can catch that game on Game Changer in around an hour's time. And the Southern Titans will be in action tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. against Manly. And then they will have their doubleheader tomorrow with their second game at 1:30 against the Canberra Rangers. That wraps up Game 2 here on Baseball Plus, Day 1 of the 2025 Australian Little League Championship. We'll see you back here at 1:30. It's going to be the Canberra Rangers taking on the Adelaide Mullins.